What's up, guys? Long time no see. I'm Leon,
I'm Lyzl.
and you're listening to the Aniview update, the Reboot episode. So, as you may have noticed, we have been away for a very, very long time. And we're kind of sorry about that, but there's just a lot of stuff happened last semester that I'd say was both good and bad for both of us, and we just really didn't have time for Aniview or anything. And also, I'd say a lot of the anime from last season was kind of shitty, so it really made us kind of fall out of anime. We just weren't interested in it anymore. But now, it's a new year, 2011, new semester and everything, so we're trying to get everything back on track, and Aniview is one of the things we have on our list.
Yep, so, we had an adventure, and now we're going to continue that adventure in a new direction, which involves anime again. And that's our plan. So, how are we going to do this? Well, the first thing we wanted to do is we were looking through the past year, and we liked doing our sort of seasons and reviews, stuff like that, but we just don't have the time to do tons of seasons. We didn't get too into a lot of different series, so what we're going to do is a kind of best and worst of 2010. Whenever a season did come up, we did actually pick up the series we thought were really interesting. Mm-hmm. And so we can at least tell you guys about that, what we thought was interesting of the season, whether it be good or bad, what we thought of it, how it went by and whatnot. So we can give you a really good gist of how 2010 was for anime as a whole. So we're not going to catch everything. Maybe there's an amazing series that, we didn't catch. We don't really know, but overall, we really did pay attention throughout most of the year. And so I think you get a really good overall gist of how the year will be if you listen to that episode.
Alright, so the other special episode we want to do is, as we said, we love doing the season, sort of summaries and whatnot, and the previews and stuff. So we're going to do a winter preview for 2011. We're going to get that back on track. But we have a new rule for this year. So what we're going to do this time, before our rule was we're going to watch every show, at least episode to episode 3, and then tell you what we thought about it. We're going to change that a little bit this time. We are giving ourselves the sort of right to, if an anime is so bad, even by episode 1 or even, halfway through episode 1, that we just can't stand watching this show anymore, we're giving ourselves, the right to drop it and just, tell you guys that we thought this was not worth our time and whatnot. Mostly because that was some of the reasons why we couldn't even get through a lot of the fall stuff that just, finished not too long ago, just because a lot of it was not interesting and just not to, our sort of taste level, and just, we couldn't care less about getting to episode 3. So that's the new plan. We want to get both these episodes out within the next couple weeks, I hope. So look forward to those.
Yep, so those are our major sort of special episodes that we're getting started with, getting everything back rebooted. But then after that, we're going to have a sort of standard structure for each week. And that standard structure consists of one review episode, an Aniview Reviews episode, and one weekly episode, an Aniview Weekly episode. And so you've seen those things before. We're going to be varying up the structure, and we're actually going to be looking for some suggestions on how to do that. But basically, the idea will be the same. Weeklies are a little bit looser, what we've been doing that week, what's happening in anime, all that kind of stuff. Reviews is pure, exactly what we thought of one specific anime type review. So you're used to these types of things, and we're going to get back on track with those. We also want to mention that there was 3 reviews we promised to do approximately a year ago, and we haven't gotten around to them yet. But we said we would at some point in the future. It's still some point in the future. We're going to do them. And so those 3 series are Michikoto Hatchin, Kurenai, and Excel Saga. So you can look forward to those reviews.
Alright, so we just sort of want to end this little special update as to, let you guys know why we are doing this. What's the reason why we're, rebooting Aniview and why we're getting back to this after so long. So I'm going to go first. And over the past year, I'll say, my sort of life has taken a lot of changes, more or less. I mean, I'm still in school, I'm still going to university, but the career that I'm looking at with my degree is really not that appealing to me. So I'm just sort of in university to just finish what I've started and get a degree. From doing Aniview, a while ago, whatnot, I've sort of brought out this, I guess I'll say, critiquing character inside me, and I love the concept of expressing my opinion on something that I care about, like anime, and hearing what other people have to say, if they like my opinion, if they don't like my opinion, and I really just love the whole entire concept. Now, I'm also a really big sort of, even bigger than anime, video game fan, and I've always wanted to get into the sort of video game industry, but the downside is that I'm a terrible programmer. I can't program for shit. So a sort of way for me to get into the video game industry that I've noticed is through video game journalism. And I've really sort of looked at that as a really serious sort of goal in my mind of where I want to be in the future. So to me, Aniview is sort of like a stepping stone, I'll say. Like, it allows me to get my sort of creative expression on something that I care about, which then I can use this sort of experience to help me, hopefully in my future, as a video game journalist and whatnot. So I'm doing this to sort of improve myself. You guys are sort of like my test subjects and whatnot. Hopefully I'll get better over the course of, however long we do Aniview from this point on. And this will really help me towards my true future goals.
Mm-hmm. And so while Leon's goals are very serious and career-oriented, my goals with Aniview are a little bit of a more personal angle. I have a lot of things happening in my life, and most of them aren't involving my career or school and things like that. I've sort of settled with what I'm at with that kind of stuff, but I have a lot of personal goals in my life that have to do with basically social life and passions and what I want to do with my life that isn't related to my career. And so Aniview has become a part of thing where I feel very comfortable and comforted by doing it. And so I really enjoy just the process of critiquing series, talking about them, putting them out on a public forum, and hearing what other people have to say back to me. It's just this good thing where I can go up to people and tell them, like, I'm an anime reviewer. This is one thing that I enjoy doing about my life, and people kind of get to know me better as a person. I get to talk to them about anime and all the things that entails, the Japanese culture, usually video games and similar things, and it's just... I like that being part of my persona, and so I want to continue with it and show people that I really am part of the anime community in a really real way. And so that's really important to me, and that's the reason I'm continuing with Aniview.
Alright, so we're going to end off this sort of update with just sort of a request for you guys, and that is we want feedback. So if you've been around since the very beginning, or if you're recently joined and listening to our videos and whatnot, since we've been gone, we want to let you guys tell us, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see for the weeklies? I mean, we have some ideas in mind, but it's very sort of scattered. Like, we don't know what you guys want. Like, we want to try to put on a show that you guys will want to listen to each week and, really like and really enjoy. So we're trying to do this not only for ourselves, but also for you. So if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching it on the website, which is still up, by the way, you can post comments. Let us know what you guys want to see. We'll be looking at it very closely, and just post whatever you want, whether it be for the weekly episodes or for the reviews. Just let us know if you guys want to change the structure or anything at all. So we're giving you guys complete free roam to sort of revamp our show to how you guys want to see.
There is one probably explicit rule that we want to say here, though, and this is typical of YouTube reviews, that they show video and whatnot. We're just not that. We are basically a radio show. So the only thing we're going to be able to change is the sounds that we give out to you guys. So how we do our reviews, how we do this stuff. But we're just not comfortable putting in clips of especially ourselves and also of anime. Only not because there's so much work to do with anime clips. That's a bother, but not really the main problem. We've just dealt with so much copyright issues, and it's just not worth it. We enjoy you guys just listen to us in the background as you would a podcast or a radio station. That's what we're meant to be, and that's what Aniview has always been. And so that's sort of part of our core, and we're not going to be changing that. I'd also like to mention that, in case you're wondering where sort of inspiration came from and how we started our structure of our show, we really liked this one review show called NoobTube, which they do video game reviews and with two people, and we thought we could do a two-person review thing for anime. And we didn't know exactly how to structure our show, so we sort of were inspired by a whole bunch of different reviewers out there. In particular, there's the Desert Brigade and their review structure, which we sort of were inspired to make our own structure out of. But it is our own. We didn't copy them. We're just saying we were both evolving at about the same time as reviewers, and I think that we just saw that they were doing certain things, and we thought those things were interesting, and we incorporated them into our thing. But what reviewers do you guys like? Is there anything that you guys can point us to that it's like, you like this type of review, and maybe it'll inspire us to change our style up and sort of improve? And so that's what we're looking for with these suggestions.
Okay, so on that note, we just want to say we're looking forward to sort of a great season, semester, year, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to do our sort of damnedest to not let you guys down yet again.
So, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at aniview@hotmail.com or leave us a message on our YouTube page.
And if you have any requests or just want to get in touch with us, you can do so through our forums via aniviewreviews.com. So thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time.
For real this time.